All right, let's cue up the music and let's get started.
Audio Jungle.
All right, welcome everyone. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review, where we come to you live every Tuesday and we talk about the things that we've done last week, some of the things that we're working on right now, and a few things that's coming up in the future. We've got a really awesome Lupus walk that's happening later on this month. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to click on our intro video. That way you can like, share, and comment. This is the CSRN podcast, a week in review. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
Not guilty.
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage.
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. Freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own emancipation proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country. Say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, this is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. And as I said, every week we come to you live and stream live from Mott Branch Library, where they roll out the red, black, and green carpet each week. And hey, let's get into some introductions. We've got a dynamite guest today that we're going to talk about lupus, what it is, and why should people know? Because whenever there's the Susan Coleman activity, it seems like people come out in thousands. And when there's something like lupus that's close to all of us, I don't know, I'm feeling some type of way about that. And Rochelle told me, hey, don't feel that way. Just keep doing the work. So let's get into some introductions. We're going to read our mission statement. I'll take one commercial break, and then we're going to come back with Suzanne and ask her the questions that people are asking me about lupus. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey. And each week, I normally have my co-host, Jody here. He's either on his way or probably walking through the door right now. And what am I wearing today? I don't think that you can see my whole shirt. Let's see if they can take the, I got a banner right in front of me. Who would do that? I'm talking and there's a big old banner right in front of me. Let's see if we can remove that banner. All right, today I have on a blue shirt, and this is the silly season of politics happening. So during the political season, I bring out my shirt that says yesterday, you said tomorrow, because there's going to be many people that are going to come to our clubs, our walks, our churches, our events, and say that what they're going to do, they're going to put 2 turkeys in every pot and all of that stuff. But when it comes down to it, after the election, it seems like something strange and unusual happens. We normally just get kicked to the curb. And it was maybe 11 years ago 12 years ago in 2014, Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey, they had this idea of community solidarity. And that meant that we don't necessarily have to get permission from pastors, politicians, professionals, and preachers. We can grab yourself a bullhorn, get some facts, and we can start advocating for ourselves. And I've got my white hat on. I've got my black rim glasses from Optical, Twix in between. So whenever you see Kristen Moncrief in the Optical bus, I saw her last week, hit her up, get you some glasses, tell her I said that you could probably get 20% off. She's going to kill me when she hears that. And as always, we're dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter, Injustice or Else. And we're doing this for the activist culture and the protest community, where we can have our own platform and talk about the issues that are close to us. It may be about politics. It may not be. It may be about police violence. It may not be about that. It may be about something that's really important, which is lupus. What is it? And how does it affect all of us? And why we should be at the walk later on this month. So what we're going to do right now, I want to start by going through our mission statement. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014, the day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, attacked, provoked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, and citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive, community-based events that help to foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable to their sworn duties, be they politician, clergy, law enforcement, educators, etc., etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice equally applied to all, regardless of creed, class, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And that last part was a quote by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And we came up with the mission statement. That was back in 2014 when we just formed, and we really didn't know just what we had. We just had a protest, and everybody came out. We met at a local library to kind of debrief what we just did. But we had to have something that reminded us of who we are and what are we focusing on. And time to time, it may not be police violence. There may be food deserts. It could be so many things that we could focus on in our community. Hey, family, that's going to be it for our introduction. I want to have a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with Suzanne and talk about the walk for lupus that's coming up. And family, I really want you to join Rochelle and all of us when we come out this within the next couple of weeks. This is the CSRN Weekend Review. We'll be right back.
Canal.
En esta hermosísima ciudad de Orlando.
I'm here in Barranquilla, Colombia, and in sunny Miami. Daytona Beach, mis amigos, that's where we're at today.
Desde la ciudad de Cartagena, Colombia.
We are in Orlando right now, here in Florida.
I'm Helene Sheets, Director of Marketing and Communications at beautiful Lourdes University, and we've been a proud sponsor and supporter of Voces Latinas TV for over a decade. It has been a fantastic partnership. It's been our doorway into the Latino community. We've met so many incredible people, created so many partnerships. Our students absolutely love the connections we've made through Voces Latinas TV, and we're looking forward to at least another decade, 2 decades.
I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent, and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
All right, we are back once again. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. I never noticed when we had that commercial playing that you can kind of see the bottom of whatever's happening down here. Hopefully our tech crew will figure out some way to fix that. Hey, family, it's that time that we introduce our guests. Normally we have a green room where we have all the snacks and everything. Well, I guess Suzanne gets none of that today. So let's bring her on. She can introduce herself, who she is, the organization that she's the CEO of, and why it's important. Let's see if we can do this without making a mistake. All right, Suzanne, how are you?
I am scared to death right now. I'm in the middle of a tornado warning.
Oh, you know what? We have some severe weather, and the clouds are not looking too pleasant where we are. I'm in a glass enclosed library. So,
oh boy.
Yeah. So if it happens that we've got to, log off, well, we're going to
run.
Yeah, we're going to log off first. All right. So for the people that are watching us, that like what we do here in Toledo, if you like us, we want you to like Suzanne too. All right. So who are you? And what is the organization that you've taken the helm of?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for creating this wonderful awareness about lupus. It's so overdue. We're so grateful. And we are in line with your mission statement. And my name is Suzanne. I am first a lupus patient. Secondly, that lupus brought me to volunteer for an organization that I've been affiliated with now for almost 3 years. Okay. And celebrating minority health. This is a great kickoff to partake in. Yeah. So this morning, the Ohio Commission on Minority Health had a wonderful kickoff, and we're part of that kickoff, and I'm excited to start here with folks. And so, lupus is an autoimmune disease. It affects virtually any organ system of your body. It can affect your brain, it can affect your skin, it can affect your heart, especially your kidneys. I look perfectly normal to you. You can't see my lupus. Mine was up my central nervous system, and I had a stroke. I do take 20 pills a day, but the formula is giving me a quality of life. What I'm concerned about most is lupus affects young women in the prime of their lives, 14 to 44. It affects minorities worse, especially African Americans. They get it much worse. They get it more, and they seek help less.
Hey, Suzanne, all right, I'm going to ask, look, since we're doing this live, and I've got Rochelle, she's in our chat, and for some reason or another, she says that she's hearing an echo. So normally, however this was set up, I'm going to have you to log back in, and I think that hopefully that'll take care of the echo. Can you do that for us?
I'm going to try.
All right.
Okay.
All right. That's Suzanne from the, well, let's see, where's her name at? All right, from the Lupus Foundation of America, Great Ohio chapter, and that's in Brecksville, Ohio. And also she's a digital creator too. She's here to talk about what's happening in May. And let's bring up the, let's bring her back on. All right, let's see if that's a little bit better.
Can you hear me now?
That's awesome. All right, now, all right, great. And thanks, Rochelle, for Rochelle Roy, who's in our chat, making sure that things go right. All right. So how did you become involved to not only being involved, but also being the the CEO. How did that happen?
So lupus is a lonely, miserable disease. My mother drugged me off to a support group.
Okay.
And they were looking for volunteers, and she raised my hand.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Little did I know the Lord had another journey for me in my life. Okay. And I'm very passionate about what I do. And my journey is awful. And I became committed to making it better for other people.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Right. What I want you to know about our friend Michelle. She reminds me of a mini me. Okay. One person can have a huge impact. They can make a difference.
That's right.
Her and I have been very ill. And you can't see it from the outside. So we don't look sick. And that's part of the problem is people don't understand lupus because we don't look sick. Okay. She's a mighty mouse. She will do anything to promote the disease. The biggest barrier we have is other people understand it. The medical community has a hard time with it. It's very difficult to diagnose. It could take years to get diagnosed. Hold. Am I still going? Getting a message saying I'm at
Yeah. And let me see if I can. I'm going to see if I can do some things on my end that hopefully. All right. Let's see if that takes care of the echo. Let's see if Rochelle, if you are in the DMs in our chat, can you tell me if that took care of the echo or not? I'm waiting for her.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear, but for whatever reason, for the people that are listening in, it seems like there's an echo, like when you're on the when you call someone on the cell phone and everything you're saying, it seems like it's repeating. But I just clicked on echo cancellation on my end. So I'm hoping that I don't see anyone saying that there's, oh, no, she said it's still there. Let me think. Let's try one more thing, because it could be something that I'm doing over here. But as always, I thought I had everything together over here. And let's see if that does it. Oh, she says that the echo is only on your end. So I don't know if you're using a speakerphone, or if you're on speakerphone, or just
no.
Okay.
No. Wait, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I think I'm okay.
All right, I think that sounds good.
All right. I want to talk about what lupus is, okay? And what it looks like, to what we feel, all right? You could have, especially the impact African Americans have is really awful. You could lose pigmentation, color of your skin. You could have sores on your skin. The hair loss is, no woman wants to lose her crowning glory, okay?
Right.
Hair loss by patches. Sometimes it grows back, sometimes it doesn't grow back. Wearing makeup could be a challenge. The sun is your enemy. Long periods of time in the sun could take a dormant lupus and make it active. So lupus has periods of remissions and flares. Lupus can be exacerbated by stresses or life's events. And I know that the African American community, especially after I got off the program this morning with the Commission on Minority Health, shared about how stress can make a dormant disease active, how diets can have, even little changes in our diets can have major impacts on results. We have to do more on taking care of these symptoms. We can't cure the disease, but we can address the symptoms. You could have cognitive dysfunction, or we call it brain fog. Where's the keys? Where did I put my napkins? Did I comb my hair? Just little bits where you think you have dementia, but you don't. Okay, these are just bursts of of cognitive issues. Okay, you can have inflammation throughout various parts of your body. Even though I'm sitting here, when I get up, it's going to be a challenge because my hands and feet, as the day goes on, my soft tissues swell and press against the nerves. You could have lung involvement or pleurisy of the lungs, fluid in your lungs. You could have kidney is huge. There are so many there's kidney nephritis where the kidneys are affected. Many people have to get dialysis or transplants. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but these things are all very serious. It can affect the digestive system, the liver, any organ part, or it could be, they call it systemic lupus erythematosus. I don't know who invents these words. To
Yeah.
spell them is one thing, to say them is another. All right, so we call it SLE. You could have discoid lupus, which is just of the skin. The skin is an organ. And years ago, they looked at it as leprosy. That's how bad it could get.
Oh man.
So there's neonatal lupus. The good news with that is it usually doesn't stay with the baby. It can go away. But lupus is a long time challenge. It's a life-changing challenge. You can have a new normal life, but most of us are going to need help. And that's where we step in. All right. Remember in the beginning, I said lupus was a lonely, miserable, misunderstood disease.
Right.
I had to go from doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor because the doctors, I was misdiagnosed for 19 years. The treatment they gave me could have killed me. I thank the dear Lord every day. I'm his miracle child because he had a mission for me to do. All right. So today you have to see a rheumatologist. And you have to see the first question you ask is how many lupus patients do you see?
That's
because
right.
we are unique, okay? And we have to be treated individually. I have been seeking to make an impact in the minority community for years. This is a real challenge for me. I did hire a minority outreach coordinator here for Cleveland. We had funding for it. We don't have funding for the rest of the state, but she goes into the community that knows her. Okay. She's a trusted person. She does educational programs, support group meetings, lectures, talks, all these wonderful things. Here at the office, we have a nurse. If you have a question, we have a nurse here 4 days a week that is here to help navigate your journey. Sadly, why do we need the walk? Our state budget cut our line item $500,000 this year. No warning. No warning. Those funds were used to remove barriers to care, to create awareness, to help people with food, to help people with transportation and medication. We got cut with no warning. I am very angry that no one gives a lot of attention to lupus. This is not an orphan disease. There are 60,000 people in the state of Ohio. So we have to lean now on those we serve for what nonprofits call a low-hanging fruit. $10 here, $5 there, $20 here. You know, so much work needs to be done, but we are boots on the ground here. And that little Rachel, that Energizer Bunny mail lady that goes up and down your streets, does a wonderful job. She connected us to you. And I just want you to know we are a resource for people in Toledo, for anybody in the state of Ohio. And we will try to help you the best we can. We will educate you. We will support you. We will find resources for you. There is no I in the word lupus, but there is us.
Now, I've seen Rachel. Man, I feel like I've known her for maybe 25 years as a mail carrier. Hey, I didn't put her job out there, but if you know Rachel, you already know.
Mm-hmm.
And Suzanne, I've never got a chance to really talk with her because sometimes when we look at people, we will judge them. Well, she's just a mail carrier, or she's just a mail carrier with purple hair. Well, maybe it's blue this week. All right. And sometimes we'll write people off and you don't think that there's any more to them than that. Rachel had called me and said, "Hey, look, Brother Washington, I'm doing I'm part of a walk, a lupus walk that's coming up. I really want it promoted because it looks like when other things are happening, people are coming out. It could be on a Wednesday, it could be on a Sunday, and so many people come out. But when it's time to lift up and show some awareness for lupus, man, it's almost like it's the stepchild. What can we do?" So I said, well, we've got this platform where we talk about a lot of issues that are happening in the community. Hey, let's get you on. And she said, well, how about I connect you to Suzanne? Well, I don't know Suzanne, but if you know her, hey, good enough for me. So here we are. And this is a first in the 10 years that we've been doing this type of work, Suzanne, that we've ever talked about lupus.
Oh,
and it's one of the, unfortunately, it's not glamorized as other things are. There's no, I haven't seen any glamorous commercials. And yeah, it's looked at as, well, maybe it's not real. Maybe since Suzanne doesn't look sick, maybe she's, maybe it's not important, but it is. And at one point, especially in our community, and I'm glad we're talking about this as Minority Health Month starts tomorrow, and really it started today because we're talking about it to get the word out. So we're committed to using this platform to get the word out about this. And for those that are watching, from 10 to 1 p.m. On May 17th, all right. So you've got more than a month. So don't say that you didn't know, because I'm going to be hanging out with Rachel and we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be posting about it. We're going to be texting people. Hey, show up. There's people that really need, like me, need some awareness. And she's going to be there. I'm going to be there, and we're going to come out. We're going to come out and support.
Yeah.
Well, we are so grateful. And until then, if someone needs help, or if they need to talk to someone, or if they want to jump in we do online calls. We do hybrid support groups. We have a prayer group that does online. They can all see all of our programs. They can read digital magazines that have their peers, other people who have lupus. They can read their stories, whether they be couples or families, or how they get through it, or how they manage their day. Journeying this life-changing event is very important. Don't do it by yourself. I want people to go to www.lupusgreaterohio.org. There's resources there. There's events there. You can get involved. And another thing I want to add is I am creating a focus group for Toledo, because there's a lot of work that needs to be done in that area. If anyone has lupus and they're interested in joining a focus group with me, they can reach out to me here at the office at 1-888-NO-LUPUS. All right. And that's coming up soon in April. So I'm just trying to get people to come to the table in Toledo, try to figure out what their needs are. They have barriers, or what they have to bring to the table, because I can't do this by myself. Okay.
That's right.
We have to do it together. And I said to Rachel, I said, you know what? You've done a walk over there by yourself. You want us to bring us the Lupus Foundation walk? We are. But I need help in promoting it because no one's paying attention. So kudos to you guys. We are extremely grateful. You heard our cry. You answered our prayers. And I think it's wonderful. And it's your organization. I read your mission statement. I wish you great success. There's so much work for all of us to do, but we have to do it together.
So, right. So on the screen, for those that love CSRN and love what we do, on the screen you'll see the Lupus Foundation of America Greater Ohio chapter. There's a toll-free number that you can call, 1-888-NO-LUPUS, or you could call 440-717-0183, or you can inbox me. and say, hey, where's that Suzanne lady? What did she say? Well, just play the podcast back and listen to what she's saying. I think that we pay attention to so many things that's going on, Suzanne, in the political world. And some of the things, sometimes we could focus in. Yeah. Let's focus inward. Let's focus on some of the things that we can do something about. So that's May 17th. And just joining me is Jody, my co-host. And for
wet out there, it was some rain, some skin. But as I missed a little bit from walking up from outside into here, I do want to say, actually in one of my pieces called Toxic, there is a line that recognizes lupus, and those that have it, especially when I was writing and stuff, understood what I can't visibly see your pain, so I don't believe it's real. And I helped some people that I know personally with lupus kind of deal with their thing, is if you go through the whole poem of Toxic and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we've got the website up, and if you give me just a couple of seconds, Suzanne, you can register right here. Click the register button. Mm-hmm. There's no I in lupus, only us. I like that. It's too bad I can't steal it. All right, because I'm talking to you right now, and they're seeing me. All right, so we're not going to do that today. All right. Yeah. And here are the resources you can learn. I mean, this is just a one-stop shop. Go to the website. Don't depend on asking some of us that just found out today, like me. Go to the website. Learn about lupus. What is lupus? What are some of the signs and symptoms? Where you can find help and ways to give, because this is not something that that we can just do without support. It's not a volunteer thing. It's not something that is just going to fall into our lap. We do need your support. If we support some of the more popular things that are happening, and it's great that we do. However, there's so many of us that live with lupus that definitely could benefit from our help. So I thank you, Suzanne. Now, here's one of the things that we do at CSRN. We're not going to let you go until we ask you a couple of questions.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes. That's what they normally say. Uh-oh. All right. So, one of the things that we do is we promote self-care. When we're out. If it could be a protest, or it could be a political forum, or whatever it is, there's a way that we have to bring it in. So what do you do, Suzanne, to rebalance at the end of the day or at the end of the week?
Well, usually we can't talk politics or religion, okay? But I'm going to tell you, I had to find a power greater than myself, okay? And that would be Christianity, okay? And that's the book I live by, because the world's gotten crazy. And the world's gotten real crazy, and I can't control everything anymore. But the biggest thing that God wanted us to do is to love each other. Mm-hmm. He didn't say if you're an Asian, if you're African, if you're Italian. He didn't say if you were tall or short or he or she. Okay. He said to love one another, love each other as you would love yourself. And that's what I live by. Because when I turn the TV set on, I get sickened. Okay. And absolutely. Who do you trust anymore? What radio, what TV station do you trust? I mean, I'm so confused. I'm 74 years old, and I don't have dementia, I don't have Alzheimer's, but when I listen to what's going on in the world, it's like, what the heck is going on here?
And one of the things that we say here, Suzanne, if your news has a commercial, all right, it should be suspect right there. Okay. If it has a commercial,
that's good. That's good to know.
That's like watching a NASCAR guy drive his car with the sponsor on it. Okay, do you think that he really likes that, or is somebody paying him to put it there? And news, and I think that most news should have that caption for entertainment purposes only.
There you go. There you go.
If
But
that's
I got to tell you, if I don't have time to read the good book, then I shouldn't have time to watch those shows. Okay.
absolutely.
But I got to go back to the thing that look, I'm not going to judge anybody about whatever religion they have. I believe you need a power greater than you to manage the world that we live in today. Okay. Because it's just gotten wacky.
Absolutely.
We're in a wacky place.
And it's a great chance that it's always been wacky, Suzanne. We're just figuring it out.
Just paying attention.
We just got the memo.
Well, but I got to tell you what I've seen. I've been fighting this lupus fight for a long time. I've been across this country, all but 3 states. I used to serve in the national organization, and I was part of the buildup of the chapters, and now it's the tear down of the chapters. But our chapter is boots on the ground. And what I saw happen in funding this year for all the different entities, and even statewide, to cut our budget 100%, it's like, what is going on? Who's going to help? We have needs, okay? We live in the greatest nation in the world, all right? Why do we have this health problem? Why do we have food deprivation in this country? It's insane. It's insane. But I can tell you, each person makes a difference, all right? Every one of us has a purpose. Okay, when I see that little Rochelle running around doing what she does, and even myself at my age, and even you young folks over there, okay, you're making a difference. We all need to rally. It's not just one person. We got to do it together.
Hey, Jody, she called us young folks.
I know.
You caught that, huh?
Yeah,
but I do want you to also know is when African American males, when they get lupus, and I don't mean to scare anybody, but it is a reality. They do absolutely worse than all of us. All right. And early detection, early treatment can give them a better quality of life. The problem is they wait until the kidneys are impacted or we can't fix it. Okay. You may have to take some medication, or you may, whether it be holistic or traditional, whatever. You got to get on the right track. Get in front of a doctor. If you have 4 of the 11 criteria, and they're on our website, you can take a little test. Please do that. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. This can be managed.
And for the guys out there, yes, we have this.
Resistance.
Thanks for saying it nicely. Yes, we have this. All right, we're gonna have you come back. All right, we have this resistance.
So you can get a gift.
Yeah, we have this resistance to logic and cause and effect. We say what you don't know won't hurt you. As long as I don't know, then I guess I'm safe. No, you can't be safe by not knowing. Ignorance is not bliss. Knowledge is power. And I think that a lot of us as guys have to come out of that, whatever that fake macho thing is that we're taught at an early age, that here we are in our middle age and we don't want to go to the doctor, and we use not going to the doctor as some type of show of manhood. Hey, I've been to the doctor in 20 years. Hey, bro, I think you need to go. All right. So last question, Suzanne. We're big on self-care and we're big on gratitude too. 3 things that you're grateful for. What would yours be?
Oh, Lord. God gifted me with an identical twin. Okay. My twin is healthy, and I am grateful. I am blessed more than I deserve. When I got this lupus, I thought my life was over. It brought me in touch with people and relationships that I would never have had. So I'm grateful for that. But most importantly, God gave me the greatest man in the world to live with. We've been together since the 2nd grade. We've been married for 56 years uninterrupted. And I don't mean to be depressed, but I just lost him. Okay. And I am grateful that I had him, and I have to learn about grief and dealing with it. And the lupus is kind of taking the edge off my pain because he held me up to do this. So when you get lemons, you make lemonade. And that was my preaching song to all the fellow Lupians. So I'm grateful for the lupus journey. It brought me to places and people I would have never had. And it gave me the greatest man in the world to hold me up and allow me to do the things I do.
Well, Suzanne, it's like now that you're on our show, people are asking questions. They ask, are individuals able to join in Ohio, but outside Toledo? If you live outside of Toledo?
Yeah. So because I am an LFA chapter, I'm not supposed to go outside state lines. I can't promote, but if you can come in, come in. How's that?
All right. Awesome. Would you mind coming back at another time to keep us informed and keep us aware and keep this on the front burner? And I'm glad that Rachel put it on the front burner. I'm glad that you put it on the front burner where it needs to be. Do you mind coming? Would you come back?
I'm going to tell you, watch what you ask for. Okay, because May is Lupus Awareness Month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So consider it done.
Well, bless your hearts. I'm so grateful. I really am. I'm a little bit of a different individual. I lead an organization. There's not too many organizations that are led by a patient who has the disease. So I've walked in these people's footsteps. I walked in their shoes. I may be okay today, but there were times when I was not okay. I did a nursing home stint. I was in a wheelchair for a while. I had a stroke for a while. I took a lot of pills. You go through depression. I am virtually a walking miracle, and I'm okay now, but by 9 o'clock tonight, my sister may have to take my shoes off or may help me or get in and out of the car. So it's a mobility issue for me, and it's painful, but you can't see people's pain, and we all have different pain.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in May. I'm looking forward to seeing Rachel. Hopefully, I think maybe in a couple of weeks or so, she's going to come on and we're going to promote the we're going to promote the walk this month to get people out. I want to thank you again, Suzette, for joining us. This has been awesome.
Well, I feel safe in here with the tornado out there.
Okay. All right. Well, she said that. All right. Hey, we're going to take a short break and we're going to come back. Jody's going to give us our community updates, and then we're going to close out with 5 minutes of heat. And what we do, Suzanne, is instead of saying, hey, goodbye, everybody, we close out with some poetry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so just hang on with us. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Now you can get the same uncompromising truth you've come to expect from the Final Call newspaper on all your connected devices. Subscribe to the Final Call digital edition today. Go to subscribe.finalcalldigital.com.
Jody, I don't know. Hey, we're back on. Hey, this is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. Want to thank Suzanne for joining us from the Lupus organization of Greater Ohio. I'm probably saying it all wrong, but man, and we're looking forward to having her come back in May for Lupus Awareness Month. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
All right. Before we go any further, can you do a quick intro? And because I think you got a couple of extra trinkets. All right.
Might have forgotten. What's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the systems, better known, not systems, but child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth. Sorry for my little bit of delay. The rain out there and getting back and forth caused me to be a little slow missing the intro. So I'll do something real quick. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching the show already and tuning in and leaving comments and helping us with the echo as I was driving down the road trying to get here, looking between YouTube and Facebook, and there was lots of comments in there. So thank you very much for that. We really appreciate it. Also, happy last day of Women's History Month as we launch forward into National Poetry Month and
Minority Health Month.
Yeah.
But do we have to stop honoring women? Is that what you're telling us?
It's just like we don't stop being black after February.
Okay.
You know?
All right. You got me there. Okay.
But in essence of that, there is time to, I think that's what more of, a month has a thing, because I've been looking, months have like 4 or 5 different things attached to them, but it's a way to smell the roses. Stop for a moment. Realize, again, like with lupus, nobody ever knows that you could be in that pain. And a lot of people go almost their whole life without telling people, hey, this is what's wrong with me. This is why I'm limping. This is why I can't make stuff. But, until you stop and smell the roses and think about it and appreciate that stuff, that's what these months are for. So people be mad about, I want my month or my flag raised, and, give it some time. It'll get there. I am wearing a Support Your Local Artist, courtesy of Dash Petaway or Ashley Petaway for some of those that may know her. My brand hat, and then all the buttons and the trinkets and the gifts and stuff that I got from doing all this crazy stuff, wanting to be an author and then motivate people while looking like this, walking in the courtrooms and everything. But anyway, thank you guys for watching us each and every single week. In about a month from now, a month and a week or so, we will be taking our hiatus. To make sure you go vote. For all of those people that kept blowing up my phone like, where is you? Watching. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, all right.
From what I've seen from the beginning of this, and just to keep it a buck and 100 and stuff like that, I did not see these many faces when we were going through BLM and the pandemic and trying to make sure, because we also worked with Planned Parenthood before the bill was dropped to rescind Roe versus Wade. I was there, and it was like, where's all these people at? But, you're out there now, whether it be voters remorse.
Yes,
exactly.
Bless your heart. All right.
And we can say that too, even though we're down south. But it's still good. Either way, even if it was voters remorse, at least people are seeing that, is there anything that can be done? Because that's something I've learned from being an activist and protest and die-ins. We had an objective. We want something. I don't even see an impeach sign out there. It's just a lot of people being angry about what they might have lost and they thought somebody else was going to lose.
Okay.
All right. I think that's my little rant. No kings and stuff like that. Not that I agree with anything that's being done. I got books in the library talking about how he shouldn't have got a second term. But
but we're here, Jody.
But we're here now. I'm waiting for the rainbow. It's been raining and stuff like that. But again, thank you for watching. We had a wonderful guest already. Normally, I don't come in until after this point in time, but I'm here now. So, Brother Washington.
All right. So one of the things that we wanted to promote this week is this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. And this week we're focusing on serving in the cause of Islam. This is Brother Akbar Muhammad, who is our international representative of the Nation of Islam. And it was a really awesome story. And I'm going to read this story. This is from the Final Call newspaper, and make sure you get this week's edition of the Final Call. It says that the world lost a giant among giants with the passing of Minister Abdul Akbar Muhammad, the international representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It says that a great tree is fallen, as the African proverb says, with the passing of a man who gave more than 6 decades of dedicated service to the struggle and rise of his people. Minister Akbar, affectionately known as Brother Akbar, passed away. That was on March 17th after a lengthy illness. Something else, Jody, and so if you see me on the corner of Bancroft and Detroit this weekend, make sure you get this issue of the Final Call. I think it is going to become a collector's issue. And another thing that I wanted to focus on, also, there's an article in this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper that talks about the Rights and Tech Coalition calls on Congress to end warrantless mass surveillance. Not to put my tinfoil hat on, but maybe 10 years ago, there was the issue with Edward Snowden.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave some documents to WikiLeaks just to let people know just how bad mass surveillance is. And that's this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper, as well as Cuba stands firm against U.S. threats and challenges. If you follow this story of what's happening in Cuba, it says that President Donald Trump does not seem concerned with the hardship facing Cubans, recently telling reporters it may be a friendly takeover. It may not be a friendly takeover. It wouldn't matter because they are down to, as they say, fumes. Despite threats of a takeover, the island nation of Cuba continues to stand resolute. So make sure if you get a chance, pick up this issue of the Final Call newspaper. We'll have them right here in the library. We just got the issues here today from the Final Call newspaper truck. We got them at My Branch Library. We'll have them at Bobby Howard's, Yummy's, and Foster's Barbershop, which I don't need a haircut anymore because all my hair is gone, but you can still go to Foster's. So if we could get into our community updates, some of the things that you've seen happening in the community, Jody, that you think people need to hear.
All righty. So let me get to these things right here. Just one moment.
And while he's saying that, just reminding everyone that on May 17th, we're having a Toledo Lupus Walk. May 17th, Ottawa Park from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is hosted by the Lupus Foundation of America, the Greater Ohio chapter. So just know that there's a lot of movement going on, a lot of people really striving to make a difference in our community. And it's going to have to take all of us. And also, I wanted to promote later on this month, I think this is on the 19th, Jody, this is our time to break the silence, a community call to action. Every year, we get together and we recite the speech on the Vietnam War that Dr. King had did years ago. And different people from different organizations, we come, we recite the speech. All of us take different parts, and then we have a healthy discussion afterward. And lastly, Jody, hey, it's like I'm doing all the updates. All right.
All right. I got a couple from last week and then things that's going to come up this week.
All right. And also this week, we have Danetta Carter, the social butterfly. She's having a business and health expo. That's Saturday, April 4th. This is from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Epworth United Methodist Church. That's 4055 West Central. Come and join us out there, not only for business, but as Suzanne was talking about earlier, the health component's got to be there too. Yep. And we're going to promote the Lupus walk while we're there.
Yeah. So just in case you might have missed some things over the last week or so, I want to give a awesome shout out because I actually got to see her at one of the events that I was attending last Wednesday. But to Samoka, I might be saying that wrong, Alexander, it's also Meek Mill, and she does a couple of other foundations and boards and stuff. But she had her blueprint experience, the ultimate book launch at the Legacy Room, and I was fortunate enough to see her last Wednesday at the Black Wall Street meeting that is held I think it's like every other month or every 3 months. That's put on by The Truth and the Juice 107.3, just where Black leaders and Black people in the community that run businesses or banks or organizations get to drop our titles and say hello to one another. I met a few millionaires and all that good stuff, and people that's one guy was saying he was the first African-American couple to live in either with Perrysburg or Sylvania. I can't remember which one, but stuff like that educates you in business and where you grow and stuff. So I got to meet her there, and she gifted me a copy, which I am going to try and read and stuff. I just seen a post from Blair Johnson, and I realized I know a lot of authors. It has been 11 years. Well, it will be 11 years come May 9th or 10th when CatFest starts, when I wrote my first book.
Okay.
Tomorrow is my 11th year anniversary of hosting open mics. That gives you a range of March 23rd, I touched my first open mic. April 1st, I was hosting my first show. May 9th, May 10th for CatFest. I wrote my first book, and then it's been going on for there since the past 11 years. But I tried to tag as many people, Blair, as I could, but names change. People have different author names, and if I don't see you all the time, I meet so many people. But between children's authors and regular authors and erotic authors and poetry authors, it's like I know a lot of people, and I'm so thankful for all of you, especially next month being National Poetry Month. But moving on and forward, also last Tuesday, we had the TRL, which is Toledo Listening Room. They had their open mic at the Black Kite Coffee. I believe they do theirs every 2 weeks, so the next one should be at Handmade. There's also the Link that does theirs every single Tuesday. They had 2 features. I was able to show up, so shout out to MZ and Deanna. You guys had wonderful sets. Shout out to the band and, of course, the establishment for giving us the space. Next week, I will be featuring. So that means I'll have my books and stuff like that because I'm not on the road as much as I used to be. And, if you want to give me some birthday wishes and stuff, because by the time we come back to the show, I'll be 1 year older. So my birthday is this Friday. I won't see another Friday birthday.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yep.
Again. All right. Okay.
Because it's weird. So every year your birthday jumps a day. So I won't get another Friday birthday for another 7 years. But in a couple of more years, I'll get an Easter Sunday birthday. It's weird how it works out because I was born on Easter, but my grandson has his first Easter birthday this Sunday. So
your birthday is the 3rd?
My birthday is the 3rd. And I think when I'm like 47, something like that, it'll be on Easter Sunday again. It happened when I was born. It happened again when I was 11. And back when I was 11, 47 seems so far off. Not so much now, but my grandson gets to celebrate his first Easter Sunday birthday this weekend. Wednesday, March 25th, there was Dooley's Blues at Dooley's. It's an artist friend of mine at Blues and Riverside Barbecue Company. Wednesday, March 25th, there was the Front Porch Forum at Delta Hotel. Thursday, March 26th, there was Exploring Our Faiths with Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There was the Friday Pause Off Foundation meeting, Friday the 27th. Hopefully you were able to make it. Also, there was the Cy Smith in concert at 1401 Adams and the Great Black Swamp Festival of Races with, hold on, let me check the name. This was at Fallen Timbers. This was with Bob Mooson. It was a memorial 10K walk. So that was the things that was going on between our last show and this show. And if you want to know some stuff that's coming up this week, I got you right here.
All right.
Also, shout out to Latoya, Dr. Latoya. She had an authors meetup over the weekend. Matter of fact, that was yesterday? No, Sunday. It was Sunday, and I know that because we had our Historic Vistula Association soup and talk dinner thing. Shout out to Deborah Sue and all of my board members over there that are able to make this stuff happen. Jazz festivals coming and all that good stuff. But while that was going on, she was having a author meetup. And I'm just now seeing some of the reels and some of the photos. And all I got to say is, men, I tagged like 15 of y'all. I know I had some stuff to do, but we got to start showing up at these spaces. The only people I saw in there that were promoting her, but I think there was one guy I saw from the video. So don't get me wrong. He had his phone up and stuff, but the rest of the crowd was all women. And I noticed that a lot when I go out to do, whether it's performance for poetry, writing books, doing grants, doing a lot of stuff. And I'm not sure like how I got into the sphere of being a safe space and allowed to come to a lot of these things. But brothers, I need you out there. I'm not getting any younger, and I would love to see some more authors, some more poets, some more artists and stuff in these spaces where art is. It's a very healing thing. I know many artists, but not a lot of us, unfortunately, come together like women do. I see the empowerments everywhere, but there isn't too many empowerments for things. Not saying that there was like one or two. There was the Man Monday and some other things, but I hope that as time goes on, I'll see more of us in the sphere of positivity and healing. And there's a shout out to Queens Village. They were here last week, but Village Legacy, they had their mother-son dance. A lot of stuff happened that I don't have the actual links for, but I did see that. So Village Legacy, shout out to Tierra. Hold on. Yeah. I'm resorted myself to making noises with my mouth while I'm trying to find all these people's pages and stuff. But Tori Easley, shout out to her. And that is, just give me 2 seconds. I wish I could see it. But yeah, this is like, I don't know if y'all can see my phone there, but there's some of the video from the night for the authors. But yes, this is Village of Legacy. So look for their page.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff going on. And it's, as they put, it's not just for friends. They got adult things going on, like free outings every Friday and Try It Out Thursday, Taco Tuesday, Monday night. So things that adults could go to group up, you know, as everything goes on in life. And we need to stop watching the idiot boxes, be outside, talk to each other. But here's some things that's coming up, just in case you want to know what's going on here in the near future. Of course, this Saturday, the 4th, we have the 15th Annual Business and Health Expo. That is Danetta Carter, who was on our show last week. Shout out to you for being a great guest. This Saturday, 7 p.m., we have Open Decks. This is the Vista on the Docks. Shout out to Phil. You don't know who Phil Soto is. That is the EDM rave person here in Toledo. So he is having our Buckywood Entertainment. So he is having the Open Docks event at the Vista on the Docks. I know they just had another, shout out to Marcus Boyd too. He just had an event there, what is it? Not Harlem Vibe, but you know, back in the day when everybody dressed up in suits and stuff like that. So he had that for his birthday. He's another author. I invited you too, so I'm pointing you out. I know it's difficult after those first couple of book signings and what do you do and everything like that. I mean, show up. This is going to be my lesson as I'm going through National Poetry Month next month or tomorrow to remind people that yes, after the initial book signings and stuff like that, you still have to keep going. My book is 11 years old and I still sell copies. I sell out of sales and haven't sold out of stores, just to quote Don Tripp right there. And I enjoy that. I have my books in libraries. If you want to be in the library, at least I can help you locally. I always carry application forms. I'm giving out about a dozen since I made that statement last month. So if you know me or you see me out, just wrote a book, whether it be a graphic novel, a cookbook, a poetry book, he shot me and now I'm saved type of book. All
right. We got to get out of here.
But let me know, because as you see with the world and everything going on, art is going to be, is one of the first things getting cut when it comes to education and trying to make people smarter or feel more. So also upcoming is this Saturday at 1 p.m., the Chosen Kids' 3rd annual Easter egg hunt at Joey Brown Park. That's my cousin. So hopefully you could be out there. Saturday, April 11th, and then that's where I'm going to pause it, is Uncloistered Poetry at the Attic. Unfortunately, I won't be there because I'll be talking next week about my cousin, Kayla Renee, who's having her album release party that I'll be at. So, yeah.
All right. I thought I saw her in the chat too. I saw her name.
She might have been in the chat.
All right.
If she was, hey, cousin.
All right. Hey, listen, if you like what we do and want to support us, well, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, listen to us on Spotify, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're building it as we go along. If you want to support us via Cash App. That's the cash tag CSRN Toledo 419. PayPal is CSRN 419. Pick up your Black Lives Matter signs. We had a couple sold last week. Pick up your Defund the Police sign. What a time it is that
we're gonna have to get one of them refit defund ICE.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna defund them all. Hey, we get a sign.
Defund them all. Yeah, it can't really hurt nobody if you're coming after everybody.
All right, as we close out, we do this thing called 5 Minutes of Heat, and we got that from the Houdini song 5 Minutes of Funk. I think that was back in the late 80s or early 90s. I'm gonna find out. Whenever it was, I was listening to it, so I was up and going at the time. We close out with creative expression, and Jody has been our resident 5 Minutes of Heat spokesperson. So, Jody, what do you have for us today?
And this is actually a piece. In a moment, sharing some more stuff to our page. I'm trying to keep our page also engaged in the community. So if you got something in the community that you feel needs to be shared, tag Community Solidarity Response Network in it, or Brother Washington, or me in it, so it's easier to find because the algorithm really doesn't want us sharing good stuff about our community.
That's right.
So I actually just wrote this today while I was out and about doing stuff. It is going to be released tomorrow for National Poetry Month, and during National Poetry Month, I will be releasing 4 videos, 1 a week, and prequels to those videos with all of the open mics that I've been to over the past 4 months of these pieces. So you're going to get 4 new pieces. This is the 3rd new piece you're getting for Women's History Month, and it is called Your Art. So let's begin. Peace. Your art will not save you, but artists never die. Your art will not save you, but it might change your life. Your art will not save you, but it might make someone feel seen. Your art, in whatever form you create, will be a defining moment in your life. Something that will be inescapable no matter how hard you try to define it. Someone will find inspiration in themselves that you will not see, that you will not be able to grasp or comprehend, because they are living something that makes them feel seen. Your art, if it's not a hobby, will probably consume you, because the last thing was the last thing and the new thing is not done, and yet you are still waiting to complete your masterpiece. Your art will not save you, but it might help you find yourself, that little piece of humanity that makes you unique amongst all other living life forms on this planet. It will be how your soul will truly speak. The parts of you, yes, the parts of you that's left behind for history to ponder on, what you meant, who you were, and what memories go into that time spent. Your art will not save you. It might even isolate you, take you away from things that you once thought were fun. Send you searching for parts of yourself you never knew existed, leaving you ostracized to people who once knew you, and have you struggling to maintain the perception of what you have created to continue. Your art will not save you, But artists never die. Your art will not save you, but it might change your life. Your art will not save you, but it might be the thing you need. In peace.
And as always, we snap our fingers. All right, great job, Jody, and great job for Suzanne for coming on from the Ohio Lupus Foundation of Greater Ohio. If I said that wrong,
letters.
Okay, you know what I'm saying. And as always, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter. And Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Justice or else?
Yeah.
Peace.